Assalamu alaikum, my brothers and sisters. We are back with another video. Let me take this off because I sound muffled. This one is Indonesia's military. How strong is it? I know. I love Indonesia, right? I've been trying to learn more about it. And seeing as how I am currently in the U.S. military, I want to see how strong Indonesia's military is, right? I haven't heard really much about Indonesia's military, so this is going to be new to me, I guess. Let's go.
Indonesia's military has slowly become one of the world's largest armed forces. According to the Global Firepower, they ranked Indonesia in 2024 as 13 out of 145 nations. The archipelago nation is slowly becoming a military superpower.
I wouldn't have expected that, I'm not gonna lie.
One that may one day rival that of China, India, and the United States. Today, however, Indonesia is still just one of many regional military powers. They have the strength that may rival that of some European countries or large South American military forces. But to understand just how big and strong Indonesia's military is, let's discuss its size, equipment used, and future plans. The first and most important factor of Indonesia's military is size and structure. Indonesia's military is big. It reflects the country's population and economy. Indonesia today has a GDP of about 1.48 trillion US dollars, as published by the International Monetary Fund, IMF, making it one of the world's largest economies. The country's population, on the other hand, sits at approximately 279 million people, which makes it the fourth largest globally. These two indicators are already important for a country's military might. For a country to have a big and formidable military, they must need a big economy and a huge amount of people. The economy will support a country's military equipment, whether they can buy state-of-the-art fighter jets, submarines, and tanks, or they have the resources and technology to build their own equipment locally. The population, on the other hand, is...
Okay, so this guy's breaking this down. I wasn't expecting a full breakdown like this.
Also important because it allows a country to deploy people who will use these equipment in times of war. These are simply the reasons why Indonesia has a big chance to become a global superpower, because it has the people and a big future economy. Now let's discuss the structure of the Indonesian military. The Indonesian military is more commonly known as the Indonesian National Armed Forces. The national...
No, I did hear from someone that military, like someone in the Indonesian military, they get paid pretty well. Is that true? I mean, I can just look it up, but I'm probably gonna forget to look it up. But yeah, I guess that's a question I'm asking.
Armed Forces is then divided into three branches: the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Each serves a distinct role in the military capabilities of Indonesia. The Global Firepower estimates that Indonesia currently has 1,050,000 military personnel, 400,000 of which are active, and another 400,000 are reserve personnel, and 250,000 are paramilitary. The Air Force...
I can't speak on behalf of the U.S. military, but I'm pretty sure when I looked at the numbers, that is actually pretty close to our numbers. I'm not gonna lie. So slow down at least, relax.
Personnel consists of 30,100. The Army personnel are about 300,400, and the Navy personnel sits at 66,034. Let's now talk about each of these branches and their capabilities. Let's start with the Army, which is the most vital piece of Indonesia's defense capabilities. The Indonesian Army has several equipment ranging from basic uniforms to handheld weaponries and ground vehicles, such as tanks and artillery. A big piece of what makes Indonesia's Army
Oh, sorry, we're back. Having a conversation.
Vehicles, such as tanks and artillery. A big piece of what makes Indonesia's army formidable are its tanks and artillery. Its tanks are many, and they come from all across the world. Some from Germany, Turkey, France, the Netherlands, and so on. The most famous as of yet is none other than Indonesia's Leopard 2 from Germany. In 2016, the Indonesian army received the initial 8 units of a total of 61 Leopard 2A4 third-generation main battle tanks, or MBTs. These Leopard 2A4s are touted as some of Southeast Asia's most advanced and lethal battle tanks. These
I don't know if you could see the little head Sticking up right here. It's the funniest thing.
Deliveries from Germany are part of a larger defense deal that includes 103 Leopard main battle tanks, 42 upgraded Marder 1A3 infantry fighting vehicles, as well as a selection of 10 specialized vehicles for armored recovery, mobile bridging, and military engineering, all sourced from surplus German army stocks. Besides the Leopard, the Indonesian army also took in the Harimau medium tank as a result of a collaboration between PT Pindad and Turkey's FNSS defense systems. It was reported that unlike the Leopard 2, the Harimau medium tank combat weight is approximately 35 tons, which enables the tank to access less developed roads and bridge networks. The contract between the Harimau medium tank started way back in 2015, when the governments of Indonesia and Turkey agreed to co-develop the Modern Medium Weight Tank, or MMWT, for the Indonesian army, anticipating a development phase of about 37 months with a budget of $30 million.
They just said they had like $1 trillion. I think 30 million's pocket change. That's nothing.
This partnership aimed to enhance the Army's capabilities with a new tank design initially named the MMWT and later known as the Harimau. The collaboration included sharing intellectual property rights. The tank, featuring a 35-ton design equipped with a Belgian-made Cockerel 105mm rifled barrel turret, was first unveiled in Indonesia in 2016. Armament-wise, the Harimau features a 105mm Cockerel 3105 turret, capable
You guys aren't playing around. I see this thing, I'm walking away.
of high-pressure fires and is equipped with a standard 105mm rifled gun, a 7.62mm coaxial machine gun, and optional machine guns for additional defense, supported by smoke grenade launchers. Now, let's talk about the artillery used by the Indonesian army. One of them is Turkey's Khan missile system. This was announced around 2022, and it made Indonesia the first foreign user of the equipment. The system was designed to have a range of 208 kilometers and high precision on the battlefield. It weighs about 2,500 kilograms with a 407 kilogram high explosive warhead. Now let's move on to talk about Indonesia's Navy, the other vital piece of the country's defense. Arguably, the Navy is the most important of the three branches. Simply,
I was gonna say that because they're on an island. I was thinking earlier, it was like, hey, like Indonesia kind of is going to need to move all this equipment somehow. I would think that the Navy would be a little bit bigger than it is. But he's probably going to say the same thing.
because Indonesia is an archipelago nation with thousands upon thousands of islands, the Navy deploys several equipment ranging from submarines to warships. The most important, of course, is none other than the Indonesian Navy's submarine fleet. There are currently 3 fleets, 2 of
I do not think that's the most important because you're not taking a tank on a damn submarine.
which are active, and one is still in ongoing order. The ones that Indonesia currently deploy is the Nagapasa class and Kakra class. The Nagapasa class is a diesel-electric attack submarine. It's part of a contract valued at $1.02 billion. The Indonesian Ministry of Defense and DSME collaborated on the construction of 3 Nagapasa class submarines. DSME will build 2 submarines, and the third will be constructed by PT PAL in Indonesia, benefiting from a technology transfer. This will allow PT PAL to utilize both DSME and its own fabricated sections. The Nagapasa class submarines are modeled after the DSME improved Shangbogo design, itself an evolution of the German Type 209-1400 design from ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems, TKMS. These submarines measure 61.3 meters in length, have a beam of 6.3 meters, and a draft of 5.5 meters, with a displacement of 1,400 tons. They are equipped with 4 MTU 12-volt 493 diesel generators, enabling speeds of up.
Hold on. So my battery's low. I want to make sure it didn't stop the recording. Oh, we're good. Okay. Back to it. Wait, how low is it though? How low can we go? 10%. 10%.
to 21.5 knots submerged and 11 knots when surfaced. Armament includes 8 torpedo tubes that are capable of deploying Black Shark heavy torpedoes and submarine-launched mines. The Cochrane class, on the other hand, is also a diesel-electric attack submarine. It was built by the Hollwadswerke Deutsche Werft and retrofitted by Daewoo. It was commissioned in 1991 and rejoined the fleet in 2005. These submarines, measuring 59.5 meters in length and featuring a beam of 6.2 meters, are capable of reaching speeds up to 21.5 knots while submerged. They have the endurance to stay underwater for approximately 50 days without needing to surface. Equipped with advanced weaponry, they can launch 21-inch SUT heavyweight
Imagine being underwater for 50 days. That's gotta be weird.
torpedoes that are domestically manufactured. The future submarine is a Scorpene deal with France. The details are still unknown since it was signed just a few months ago, but this already shows the future path of Indonesia's army, one that consistently upgrades and meets the demands of the 21st century. Aside from submarines, the Navy also deploys several warships. One of them is called the Ahmad Yani class. It is an old frigate that was built back in the late 1960s. Another one is the Marta Dinata class frigate, which is a rather newly built frigate built by the Damen Scheld Naval Shipbuilding from the Netherlands. Finally, let's talk about the last piece of Indonesia's defense capabilities, its Air Force. The Indonesian Air Force operates several combat aircrafts. One of them, most advanced, is the Dassault Rafale from France. The contract, however, is still fairly recent. The Indonesian and French government signed this back in just 2022 for a total of 42 jets, costing them a massive $8.1 billion US dollars. The Air Force also operates several F-16 Fighting Falcon from the United States.
Yo, Indonesia, if you can give me just a little bit of that money, like a couple hundred, you know what I mean? Like, this is a couple $100, maybe 1,000, you know? I'm just saying, like, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. Give me a jet, you know, I'd appreciate it. I'm broke out here.
They recently completed the Falcon Star and MLU upgrade on the 5th F-16 in 2021. Another aircraft is the Sukhoi Su-30 from Russia. It was reported to be delivered back in 2013. As reported, it was delivered in unassembled form by the Komsomolskna Amur Aircraft Production Association, or KNAPO. The aircraft had completed the Indonesian Air Force's Sukhoi fighter jet squadron, bringing the total to 16 Su-27 SKM and Su-30 Mk2 planes, according to Xinhua. Furthermore, the Indonesian Defense Minister Purnomo Yuskiantoro was quoted by local media that Indonesia has invested around $1.17 billion on procurement of the 16 aircraft, along with ammunition, pilot training, and logistic packages. Now, we've discussed several key equipment deployed by the 3 branches of Indonesia's military. However, there is still so much more equipment that the country deploys. The final part in understanding how big they are is their military spending. How much does the Indonesian government spend on its military? They spend about $9 billion per year. In 2022, it was reported that they set aside $9.3 billion. Then a year later, it was reduced to just about $8.8 billion. However, they
Just a couple dollars is all I'm asking for, man. Let me check the battery. I think that's 6%.
He had also reported a $125 billion arms procurement budget plan in 2021. But anyway, do let us know what you think. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video. My computer's about to die, so I have to make this quick. If you guys enjoyed the video, let me know down in the comments on what to react to next. And I will see you guys all later. I love you. Goodbye.